Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Three news stories for you. Firstly, a new decision by Ethiopian government which indicates the shortage of foreign exchange reserves which the government is faced with, and the measures announced by the government to decrease imports indicate that situation is not improving. Secondly, Hassan Sheikh, Somalia's president, spoke in Rome yesterday at Italy Africa summit. Again, there he raised the issue of Ethiopia Somaliland MU. And thirdly, a man who claims that he's the one who mediated between Tigray and Ethiopian federal government is lobbying for nomination for Nobel Peace Prize. Who is he? Did he play any role in the talks leading to the signing of Pretoria deal between TPLF and Ethiopian government? Firstly, viewers, Ethiopian government is faced with economic challenges. We know that value of bird declining, foreign exchange reserves dwindling rapidly, and government is in need of a financial injection for few billion dollars. Talks underway with IMF, World Bank. No bailout package coming so far. No immediate direct foreign investment coming as well due to conflicts, due to other issues. The only option remains for the government is that it should decrease imports. And Ethiopian BM takes pride in his green legacy project as well. By the way, these green legacy, green energy projects in African countries are a way of attracting funds from Europe too, in some cases. In some cases. Uh, Now, a new decision by the government to impose a complete ban, blanket ban on import of all fuel consuming vehicles for private use. Mr. Transport made this announcement yesterday. So the ban has been imposed. Only electric cars, electric vehicles can be imported. Question is this decision related to Ethiopian government's efforts to promote green energy, or is it due to foreign exchange shortage crunch? Well, I don't think that Ethiopia has the infrastructure available for charging electric vehicles. I'm not talking about Addis Ababa, I'm talking about entire Ethiopia. You cannot impose complete ban on all fuel consuming vehicles. Even all Ethiopians don't have access to electricity. The decision is linked to the shortage of foreign exchange reserves. That is why government has imposed this complete ban. Government is trying to limit its imports, increase exports. Obviously, it will take time. It will take maybe years. Government has got some rescheduling of debt payments, but bailout package is not coming. Talks underway because just yesterday we saw pictures of Ethiopian PM Abiy with IMF chief. PM Abiy was attending a summit there, and he met with IMF chief. IMF chief met with other African leaders too. Secondly, was Hassan Sheikh spoke in Rome at Italy Africa summit. And while the summit was about how to stop migration, basically it was about how to stop migration from Africa to Europe, how to promote green energy projects in Africa. Italy, Europe concerned about the flow of migrants from Africa to their countries. So that is why they give incentives to these African leaders, and that is why these summits are held in most cases. But there too, Hassan Sheikh linked the migration phenomena to Ethiopia Somalia tension. In his speech, he said that African countries, should respect each other's territorial integrity and sovereignty. Ethiopia has made an unsuccessful attempt of annexing Somalia's territory, which will lead to serious tensions and regional instability, and it will aggravate migration related issues. We linked migration related issues to Ethiopia, Somalia. Maybe he was saying that war will break out. That if Ethiopia does not withdraw, war will break out, and then people will start fleeing Ethiopia, Somalia, they'll flee towards Europe. Wherever Hassan Sheikh is going, by the way, he's raising this issue. He's not silent. His diplomacy is definitely impressive, I would say. Interviewed too at Al Jazeera, Hassan Sheikh, and UN Security Council discussing the issue too. Several developments happening. Hassan Sheikh trying to internationalize this issue. Ethiopian diplomacy work needs lots of improvement, I think. Let's see, can Ethiopia sustain this diplomatic pressure? By the way, when there was a group photo at the summit in Rome, these Horn of Africa leaders were seen standing far away from each other. They managed to ensure the distance from each other. You can see a picture on your screen showing where Hassan Sheikh, Abiy, and Isas were standing. Horn of Africa is divided. By divided, I mean there is no unity, and it's not good for the future of this zone. Already a destabilized zone, instability in surroundings as well, and now internal issues too, and bilateral issues too. 2024 is going to be a challenging year for the Horn of Africa. Thirdly, viewers, a man who claims to have mediated between TPLF and Ethiopian government wants to be nominated for Nobel Peace Prize. Who is he? Who mediated between TPLF and Ethiopian government? By the way, one Nobel Peace Prize winner still is facing criticism from inside and outside, and that is Prime Minister of Ethiopia. He got Nobel Peace Prize after signing peace deal with Eritrea. Then a war broke out, and international campaigns were launched mainly by Tigrayans that his Nobel Peace Prize be revoked. It did not happen, definitely. Now, Obasanjo wants to be considered for this slot. Olusegun Obasanjo is African Union's High Representative for the Horn of Africa. And when the war broke out between Tigray and Ethiopian federal government, African Union appointed Olusegun Obasanjo as the mediator. The Horn of Africa and for Ethiopia too. Tigray rejected Obasanjo. Obasanjo played no role in negotiations and mediations. Several rounds of talks were held. All were mainly backed and led by US and some other players. But US projected African Union and IGAD as if they were leading negotiations. And from African Union, there was Obasanjo leading. Basically, it was US. Because Obasanjo's, as I said earlier, Obasanjo's appointment was rejected by TPLF. Kenya played a role as well. Kenyan former president played a role too. Can we say that all these should be nominated for Nobel Peace Prize? Well, Obasanjo is a very ambitious man. Uh, and since he has worked in top positions, I think he worked as president in Nigeria. So he knows how to do lobbying. Otherwise, those who followed talks leading to Pretoria, they know that Obasanjo was not the main player. Yes, he visited Tigray, he visited Addis Ababa, but he was never a main player. Even African Union was never a main player. IGAD was not a main player. Main players were Westerners, and that is how guns were silenced. But Obasanjo is busy. Let's see, will he be nominated for a slot of Nobel Peace Prize category? We'll see in coming months. Thank you for watching.